There's one shift that I made that has completely transformed how I manifest. It wasn't a new technique or some secret formula. Instead, it was this. It was a shift in how I feel. And instead of waiting for my desired reality to show up to feel grateful, I started feeling grateful right now, as if that desire were already mine. I began to live in the inner state of already having it. From that moment on, everything has changed for me. And before we dive deeper, if you want some help on your own path of spiritual and personal growth, then be sure to sign up for my newsletter below. The links are in the pinned comment and description. And if you sign up now, you'll receive one of my popular guided meditations for free. So with that, let's get started. One thing that I've found in this world of personal growth and spirituality and manifestation is that most people actually stay stuck in the state of wanting. They focus on what they don't yet have, and that's the emotion that they live in. But the thing is, manifestation doesn't respond to your words or logic. It responds to your state of being. And if you constantly feel like what you want is way out there and you don't have it, even if you're doing the visualizations and affirmations, vision boards, whatever, your vibration is still like one of lack and of not having, because that's what you're focusing on emotionally. And because you're emotionally focusing on that lack, you're going to get more of the same. So once I implemented this one shift in my own practice, everything changed for me. And that was this, as I mentioned before, I started feeling grateful right now in the present moment, as if I already had whatever it was that I wanted. And it's not just this generic gratitude, but it's like specific. It's specific targeted gratitude for the specific things that I want to manifest in my life, as if they were already here, they already happened. So it's this feeling of it's already here, it's already mine, and I'm so happy and grateful for that. Because this does something incredibly powerful. It tells the subconscious mind that this is real, I already have it. And when your subconscious accepts that, reality then adjusts to match it. Because remember, the subconscious doesn't know the difference between real or imagined. And when you operate from this place of just knowing and feeling right now that you have what you want and you're grateful for it, from that place, reality will begin to match that. But the thing is, this isn't just a once or twice a day thing that you focus on or meditate on and then forget it. This is a completely new lifestyle. It's a totally different way of looking at the world. So I didn't just do this once in a meditation and then forget about it. I've begun to consciously implement this every moment that I can remember of every single day, to live in that feeling state of being grateful for everything that I have. So again, it's real simple. I've asked myself, and you can ask yourself the same thing, if this were already mine, how would I feel in this moment? How would I show up? What would I say? What would I feel? How would I dress and interact with other people? And I started moving in the physical world as if all these things were already done. They were already accomplished. They were already mine. And what I find is that the more that I do this, the easier it becomes. And the more it honestly feels like whatever you want to manifest, it truly begins to feel like it's already there. Like it's in the next room and you can feel it. You can feel it as being true. So here's another really fascinating thing. Now, if you're someone who is serious about this and wants to start this practice, you know what you want, and you start focusing on this every moment that you can of every day, bringing yourself back into that state. How do you know if it's working? This is really fascinating. One thing that I found is when you're applying this and it feels more and more natural, whatever you desire gradually loses its grip on you. And let me explain this. Let me break it down. You begin to not really care. I mean, truly not really care whether what you want shows up in the 3D world or not. I mean, genuinely, it's one thing to think that or to say it, but it's another thing to genuinely feel like I really don't, not in a positive or negative way, but just a very neutral, calm way. Oh, I really don't care if it shows up. Not because you don't want it, but because you can get to such an inner state of feeling that you have what you want, that you honestly, and I truly mean this, you honestly are indifferent and don't care whether that person or thing or job or money, whatever, shows up in the 3D world. Now, I know to some of you this might sound absolutely crazy, including some of you who are, pretty advanced with your spiritual and manifestation knowledge, but I'm telling you, this has really been my experience. When you can get to a state of feeling so fulfilled internally by that feeling, by that inner reality, then the outer world is secondary and you don't really care. And this is in alignment with so many spiritual teachings where essentially, this is all a dream. This is all temporary and everything is us. So if you choose to give yourself internally whatever it is that you desire, that is much more powerful than anything external. Anything external is passing, it's fleeting, it's temporary. And we could do a whole deep dive into different spiritual traditions and how they look at this world. But as crazy as it sounds, I've totally found this to be true in my own experience. And so I would say that's a sign that you're doing this correctly. A sign where when you're working to implement this and operate from that state of the wish fulfilled, that's when really your manifestation becomes effortless. And again, you're not attached. You really aren't concerned whether your manifestation shows up in the 3D or not, because internally you are so fulfilled that it truly does not matter. So if you want to embody this shift, it's really simple. Number one, get clear on what you want. Write it down, maybe do a vision board, whatever, but get ultra clear, very specific. If you want money, how much money? Maybe do a screenshot of your bank account. Use Canva or some kind of software to overlay the exact amounts you want in savings and checking. That's the level that we want to get to. We want to be very specific with what we want. Money, relationship, job, whatever, be very specific about what that looks like for you. And once you know that, then ask yourself, what would I feel if I already had it? Because that's really at the root of all of this manifestation stuff. It's anything in the external world, there's always a feeling associated with the different things that we want. And it's not so much about having or acquiring anything physically. It's about the feeling that we think those things will give us. Ask yourself, what would you feel if you already had these things right now? And then just feel it. Make the conscious decision that I had. One way I like to look at this is it's in the next room. It is right here. I can feel it. I know it's true. And that combined with gratitude is a really powerful combination. The feeling of having your desired reality and also being grateful for it, incredibly powerful. And then finally, as you go throughout the day, just live from that feeling, live in that end state of having what you desire. Not to make it happen. It's not that you're doing this with the ulterior motive of you want reality to shift and be different. It's because you don't really care. You're so fulfilled internally that honestly, you really are indifferent as to whatever happens in the 3D. That's the level you can get to if you're really disciplined and really serious about this. So again, to wrap all of this up, to manifest your desire, you don't need to chase it. You need to become the version of you who already has it, and then choose consciously to give it to yourself internally, and then feel gratitude in that state. Because once you make this conscious decision to live from fulfillment and gratitude, not from neediness or chasing, then reality can finally catch up. So ask yourself right now, what would I feel grateful for right now if I knew it were already mine? And then let that be your starting point. And if you want to bring your personal and spiritual growth to the next level, then don't forget to sign up for my free newsletter below. The links are in the pinned comment and description. And if you sign up right now, you'll get one of my popular guided meditations for free. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.